Winning Blueprint presents.
5 minutes or less. New York Jets.
Welcome to 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. I got 5 minutes on the clock. It's the Jets in 5 minutes or less. So let's start with the high point for the Jets. And I tell you what, let's just gloss through this because the low point is so low that I need to spend a lot more time there than here. So the high point of the season for the Jets was week one. Simply put, week one. There's so much optimism in the air. You go and you dominate the Bills. You beat them by 20. You score 40 points. And you look very convincing doing so. You look like a team that will be one to reckon with in the AFC East. You come out the gates swinging. The defense looks dominant. You score points offensively. Maybe Sanchez, just maybe Sanchez is finally starting to get it. And then here comes the low point. You wake up and you realize that you're not as good as you think you are. There's week 4. The home shutout loss to the San Francisco 49ers, 34-0. There's week 8 against the Miami Dolphins where you lose 30-9 at home again. There's the Turkey Day dismemberment on Thanksgiving. I could include the 2 wins, the 2 ugly wins, but you can't call a win a low point. But man, you struggled against the Cardinals, winning 7-6. You barely squeaked by the Jacksonville Jaguars, the lowly Jacksonville Jaguars. And so those could have been included here as well. But nothing compares to the lowest of the lows in week 15. You still have a faint shot at the postseason, and you knew you didn't need to go anywhere. As bad as you've played all season long, you don't need to contaminate the postseason with that garbage that you call New York Jets offense. However, you still had a shot. It was a faint pulse, but yet it was still a pulse of making it to the postseason. And you go to Tennessee on Monday Night Football in front of everyone and throw up all over yourself in a loss that clinches you being out of the postseason in the 2012 season. And it couldn't have been any uglier. It couldn't have been any more egregious than what you did on Monday Night Football. That, my friends, is the low point of the season for the New York Jets. So now we look at free agency activity. For the Jets, it's simple. You're broke. You don't have any money. You don't have any space under the salary cap. Mike Tannenbaum is a really good general manager, but he left you in one bad position. He left you in a very, very horrendous cap situation. And so you don't have any money to spend on anyone. First things first, you need to clean up your books. Redo some deals. Santonio Holmes' deal right now is egregious. You have to redo that. You take a look at Sanchez. He's going to have a big cap number here shortly. You need to figure out what you're going to do with him. There's a lot of things you need to do. You're talking about trading Revis to get some cap money and relief there. Fix your cap situation before you can go out and spend money on anyone else. You do have a little bit of room, but you don't have anyone on your roster right now. You only have about 10 to 15 players signed up to play Jets football. So even if you go out and test the waters, you don't have a lot of money to spend. So the Jets, I caution you, your free agency activity is minimal. Because you got to sign somebody up. Someone has to play football for the Jets in 2013, right? Whew. So the state of the fan base for the Jets is simple. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? You get rid of Tannenbaum, but you keep Rex Ryan. You don't get rid of Mark Sanchez. What are we doing? What direction are we going in? That's the question you have to ask yourself if you're a Jets fan. What are we doing? What are you doing? We'll see. I don't have any answers for you because I'm clueless. Because I don't think Mark Sanchez is the answer at quarterback. Yet you won't get rid of him. Rex Ryan outlasted his stay in New York, but yet he's still around. So we'll see what 2012 holds for the New York Jets. And as you can hear that sound in the background, that means this is the New York Jets in 5 minutes or less.
New York Jets. 5 minutes or less.